you can tell, our posting schedule is a little all over the place. And regards to that, it's more so has to do with the shifting posting schedule that I have. Of course, the lock is on again, and I have not turned it off. So we're going old school again for the live stream show. I will eventually figure out how to get the stupid settings on my phone to change, everybody. But I do apologize for that. It's just been a busy day running around trying to get things done before we got the show started. All right, so as we typically do, let's go back to the beginning and we'll say hi to everybody. What's happening, Lobster Boy? Supposedly you're in Jamaica. What's crack-a-lackin'? What's up, Super Dank Seed Bank? Super Dank Seed Bank, if you would like to sponsor us, we are totally open to that. We are, as a channel and as a brand, eventually launching our own brand of beans. We were going to be doing so. Currently, given my separation, I've been completely cut off from my current genetic stash there. So Super Dank Seed Bank, you are more than welcome to send me an email at potsquatch420@gmail.com. That is potsquatch420@gmail.com, and we can chat further about that. So we'll talk very soon, and we can go from there. What's happening? Soul Price, good to see you, baby. What's crack-a-lacking? What's good in the hood, baby? What's up, Van Island Beauty? Good to see you, my friend. What's up, Jason A? What's crack-a-lacking? What's up, Miss Cave Garden? Good to see you, Jeremiah Sanchez, my beautiful brother. What's crack-a-lacking? Good to see you. All right. Threshu, afternoon to you. Chris Barton, what's happening, baby? All right. JP Page 2, good to see you, baby. All right. Who am I missing here? No. What's up, Jason? Hey, what's up, Uncle Dunk? Excuse me. What's happening? Happy Dude Grows. What's good? What's up, Victor? Now, I'm going to also make sure we've got live chat on. Every message is important to Uncle Potsquatch, and we're going to always do our darndest to read everyone's message and respond to everyone. All right. What's happening, Self-Made Buzz? Good to see you. What's up, Kenneth R. Knox? Yo, what's up? What's up, Alvin Mace? I am doing well tonight. How are you, my friend? What's up, Yeti Mountain Trading? Good to see you. Also, Yeti, I did have a chance to talk to my business partners, so I'm just waiting on the numbers. I have wholesale CBD distillate and isolate available to you, whether it's 1 or 2 liters or you want to order 3,000. We can fulfill any size order. For anyone out there in the United States of America or a country where we can export out of the States too, if you are in need of the highest quality grade and most affordable wholesale CBD anything, we got you. Okay, so feel free to reach out to me, any of you there, and we can kind of go from there. So Yeti, we're gonna have those numbers for you pretty soon. So I talked to him maybe about an hour and a half ago. I was like, look, I just need some numbers, and then I need to see the lab results to pass on to my friend, and we're going to start setting that up. I will also say that I am working very hard on trying to figure out coming down to be one of the speakers and consultants for starting things down in Oklahoma with you and yours down there, Yeti. Hell, to be honest with you, I'd like to be a part of it and associated with it. So it'll be good. It is so goddamn good to see you too, Jeremiah Sanchez there, buddy. It's wonderful to see you. Cadillac Jack, baby, Stanky Dank Gardens. I'm going to be in Oklahoma, hopefully at the beginning of January. So you and I should also, maybe, it depends on how far away in Oklahoma Yeti and his people are. Maybe you can come down for that meeting with me, Cadillac Jack. Yeti, Cadillac Jack owns Stanky Dank Gardens. They just shut their doors of their current facility, but they're going to be revamping and reattacking, and I would like to facilitate and include them in terms of what we've been working and contemplating building. Tommy D, what's good in the hood? Oh my goodness, Ganjanati, your mama. Thank you so much. Honey, that is a huge donation there. 20 pounds is like $1 billion Canadian dollars. So thank you so much. And I know you've been going through a lot yourself. Everybody take a moment to send your best wishes and psychic energies to Ganjana, your mama. She's been dealing with some health stuff there. So our hearts, all of our hearts go out to you. What's up, Charles Hankins, baby? What's good in the hood, man? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, no worries, Yeti. We're going to get it happening and rocking and rolling. And at the end of the day, Yeti, if not only yourself, if you know anyone who also needs that, let me know. We got that. Jesse Berry, good to see you. That's right. All right. Yeah, no, that's right. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be releasing content. We are back. I am focused. I've started to realize the last number of years my mental acuity and my ability to do anything has been absorbed by an unhealthy, toxic relationship. Well, I, as a nice guy, slowly diverted more of my energies and mental processes trying to make a toxic relationship happen with a person who wasn't worth it. But that's all right. Moving on. All right. Let's see here. What's up, Return of the Merc? What's crack-a-lackin' son? Good to see you, man. All right. Yeah, in actuality, Yeti, like we can fulfill 3,000 liters, we can fulfill 10,000 liters. Our 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 supply chain is dangerously secure. So anything you need, we got you. What's up, Dirty Bronx native? Good to see you, baby. Do I have any seeds for sale? Not currently, but we will be launching our genetic brand soon. I'm just waiting to get those seeds and beans back from my ex and out of the house. Charles Hankins, what part of Oklahoma? Yeti, what part of Oklahoma? I don't even know where I'm going. I know it's in Oklahoma. All right. What part of Oklahoma there, Yeti? All right. I'm doing well, Eric Grant's Artistry. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, buddy. What's up, Ozzy Lone Wolf? Good to see you. What's up, Nathan Burrow? My brother. Good to see you, baby. Yes, you did get your way, Ganchanana, and I probably won't be growing the giant beard out ever again, unless an acting role asks for it. Charles Hankins says, I'd love to burn a few while you're here. Hell yeah, buddy. Most deaf, bro. Uncle Dunk, Indoor Promised Land shouts you out. Hey, Indoor Promised Land, I give a shout out to you as well. And to Uncle Dunk, unless you are Indoor Promised Land, but I don't know. I'm getting confused here. But shout out to both of you. And if you're the same person, shout out to you both anyway. All right. What's up, Crazy Train? Good to see you, baby. All right. What's up, Kenneth R. Knox? What's up to, if I missed anybody, Kyle Poulter, something like that. What's up, baby? Much love to you as well. All right. Yeah, you did, Wicked Wonka 999. Welcome to the show, my friend. Yeah, so Mr. Splacchiavelli, basically where we're at in terms of the giveaway is all the seeds we were giving away, except for the autos, which we had already received from Texas Squatch, basically showed up a week after my life fell apart. I am hoping my ex picked up the package and has been holding it for me. As long as those seeds come back into my possession, we will still be going forward with the giveaway. I will say that everyone who entered won. We did not have enough entrants for everyone to get everything, so everybody won. Everyone's going to get something who took the time to make even an attempt, okay? Doesn't matter if you got any questions right. There were not enough entries to have that happen. So everyone won, basically. And as long as those seeds come back in, we'll be good to go. And it was, it's kind of sad actually, because Gazzers was like, well, if you don't get them, I'll send you more, and then we can still do the giveaway. But as we all know, Mel and Gazzers got pinched on what they were doing, so everything they had is gone. But they're trying to get back into the game. We're even in potential hypothetical situations going to be working with them and developing their seed brand with them out of New Zealand now. So we're working on that one as well. Hell yeah, Dirty Bronx native, man. We're going to hook you up. And Eugene Dillon says, how's it going on, Potsquatch and everyone? Hey, doing well, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you, man. All right. Okay, 1 second here. Now I got to say hi to everybody. What's up, CSL RC Lauren, baby? Good to see you. What's up, WB Grows? How you doing, my friend? All right. I'm just trying really hard. Unicorn poop. Definitely a new strain. It's one of the newer age strains. I mean, I'm aware of the strain unicorn poop. I'm like, have I ever tried unicorn poop? I don't know. But we will see. All right, moving on. Da, 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 da. Hell yeah, Jason A. You trim away, son. You trim away. All right. Oh yeah, no, Miss Case Garden. I'm always going to have the stubble beard going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to be clean shaven. That's not me. There's always going to be a bit of scruff there. I got to embrace the fact that I'm essentially a giant animal, even if I'm a pretty animal now. All right. Da, da, da. Don't worry, Nathan Burrow. Once we get things back and going again, and we start growing as a company, the fact is all my focus is on me and my life, my health, our community's health, the company's health. We're going to be getting to a place, and our company will spend its life giving back to the community, and there'll be lots of giveaways coming back or in the future. So don't worry about that. Hell yeah, Mr. Splacky Valley. There's a lot of pot squatches in Oklahoma, so that's where I'm genuinely trying to kind of make it down for that. What's up, Indoor Promised Land? Welcome to the show. You were here, and I see you. All right. What's up, Wicked Wonka? Okay, going to Oklahoma, going to the Cowboy Cup or something? No, actually, I'm going to be. If it all works out, I'm actually coming down to be one of the speakers at a town hall, and consulting a number of growers. I've kind of come up with. I mean, they were kind of already working on it themselves to kind of build a kind of a growers collective to work together. I've taken it a little bit further, and I've been trying to think of like how do I help the state of Oklahoma as well as a lot of other states in terms of the licensed growers to be successful. And I've basically come up with a premise. It's not a new premise, but I mean the structuring of it is of my own design of how we're going to help take the industry back for farmers and empower farmers down, not only in Oklahoma, in every state where there is licensed legal cannabis within the United States of America. So Uncle Potsquatch is going to be having a hand in trying to help empower the farmers of America. Canadian farmers, don't worry, I'm still working for you too. It's just our government's a fucking dick. So it's a little bit harder, and I got to be a little bit more creative to do that one. You know what I'm saying? 1 second in here. I'm just reading. Just reading. Hey, no worries, Indoor Promised Land, all is well. Charles Hankins says, so you move on, brother? Surely a good-looking dude like you have ladies flocking. Oh, yeah, man, I got a number of them on the go. I got a date tonight with a gorgeous smoking hot geneticist who works at the hospital. I'm going to be meeting her at 8. And no, I got lots of dates. I mean, I won't lie to you. Am I emotionally ready to get too involved with anybody? Nah, but it like don't mean I don't mind a little hanky-panky, you know what I'm saying? And it's always nice to meet some ladies. So, no, I'm doing all right. But thank you. And thank you for the faith. Yes, my mojo is returning. Ozzy Gunjaman, what's happening, baby? Good day to you back in Australia. I hope everything's well down there. Okay, so you're in MO next to Oklahoma. We actually that. Hey, no worries, Wicked Wonka 999. You know what I'm saying? No, and the fact is like that's actually kind of one thing that like with me brainstorming and thinking about like the future of my company and what do we want to have a hands in, and the basic premise of anything we do is empowering people. So helping to facilitate a healthy state level market on a number of states, empowering the farmers while then undercutting the standard retail market at the same time, empowering both sides of the state, which is the producer and the consumer. Fuck all these little rich tit fucks who want to own their own dispensaries and then basically lowball the farmers and then take all the profit for themselves. Well, they're going to be going out of business. So we're going to be taking them out, and we're going to be assuming the role of retail front end, and we're going to be doing a bunch of wonderful things down in the States. It's going to be a long journey, a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of us to make this happen, but we're going to do it. That is called people empowerment. That's called the pot people, the Potsquatch Growers Army. We are taking back our industry, and we're going to make it the way we want. Soul Price, where did I meet her? Like many of the women I'm involved with, they met me at the place I work. I'm a server now, so I've been serving at a ritzy beer place here called Beercraft. And let me say, it has proven a great place to meet many ladies. Yeah, I'm loving this new age world. Like, I mean, you know, women just come up to you and you know they're all like, "Yo," I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Like, all right. No, exactly. So, Mr. Splacchiavelli, the one thing I will say is the black or gray market will eventually go extinct. It already almost has here in Canada, and I mean, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. There are ways into the legitimate market and ways for us to run the system where we can all go legitimate. We don't have to be black market or gray market anymore, and there's ways for us to be successful. So the fact is, my brain power's back on the noggin. It's back working with what I know I can do, and I'm going to stand with all you. And you know, and at the end of the day, hey, having a diversified revenue stream for my small little percentage that I'll take on helping to build all these things around the states, that's not a bad thing for me either. It'll help us all spread further, harder, faster, better, stronger. All right. Oh man, Eric Grant's artistry. Thank you so much, man. It means the world to me. You know, trying to get back on our physical feet here at Potsquatch Growers is a big deal, and it's going to be all right. You know what? And that's the thing, Wicked Wonka 999. The little guy always will win. Craft cannabis is where it's at. Boutique cannabis is what the consumer wants. A majority of them, anyway. And we're going to take it back. It all comes in time. And I'm back on the scene. I'm not being distracted by a toxic life with a toxic partner. I'm back on my game, doing my thing, and it's going to be wonderful. Hell yeah, brother. Kyle Puche. And you got to remember, even if it's still illegal where you are, it will eventually change. The world is slowly but surely changing. You know what I'm saying? Return of the Max says, it's really good seeing you like this, bro. Time is a great healer. So's a lot of good pussy. I know that sounds horrible, ladies. Don't take it in a bad way. I've had some wonderful ladies who have helped fuck me to feeling better and comfortable with myself and not lost and dismayed. So I meant that in the utmost respect, ladies. So don't take that in the wrong way. It is a thankful, humble thank you and head bowing to the ladies of the world that have come to help Uncle Potsquatch pull his head out of his ass and stop being distracted by memories of a whore. All right, but moving on. We don't need to get lost on that one. All right. So let's keep reading here. Oh, hell yeah, Kyle Pulche. No, I feel you. And I mean, sort of the initial stuff we did were just F1s. I mean, I'm looking forward to spending my life, developing a bunch of the new, fun, weird, funky cannabises, and also working with a lot of the fellow breeders that are part of our community that are working with Uncle Potsquatch. I mean, they've got creative ideas, they've got creative things working, and it's just so fun to, begin to stabilize your own dreams out and then cross your dreams with someone else's dreams and then see what it makes. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag boom. What's up, Miguel Rodriguez? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, baby. All right. Okay, this could be bad. We're only like 16 minutes and 40 seconds in, but I got a live stream. I went for lunch, took myself for lunch there. It was like a good little Potsquatch before the show. I got up, did my chores, walked the dogs, checked on the plants. And I was like, well, we got to go to the bank, do some banking, do a few errands. Let's go have a lunch there, I'm trying to pay attention to my health there and what I eat. So I went out, I had a large salad with some blackened chicken. And then I, had to go get beer for the show. But I, of course, had a couple of beers at lunch, too. So that's why we're already live streaming during the live stream. Sorry about that, everybody. For those of you who are new to the channel, this just happens. It's not meant to be weird or anything. It's called Diuretics Happen. Don't like it, you're at the wrong place. Or if you don't like it, get over it, and you'll still have a good time. And you'll learn lots of fun things here at Potsquatch Growers. All right. So Charles Hankins right now, I mean, the cars that I currently own, which are still tied up in the separation, so I don't have them here. I have a Volvo XC90 all-wheel drive, fully loaded. I've got a Cadillac CTS. Probably getting rid of the Cadillac CTS. I've also got a 1952 four-door V8 big block hydromatic Cadillac that's in storage that is desperately begging for a rebuild. I'm also in the market of potentially acquiring another new vehicle. Just not sure what it's going to be yet. Something fun, I guess. Gas right now per liter, so it's 3.78 liters to a gallon. Usually fluctuating anywhere from $1.98 to $2.40, depending on the time of the year. So gas is a lot more here, Charles, than it is there. So, bear with me here. I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything. Dirty Bronx Native says, to your faces and laughing. I like it. Ganjanana, your mama says, so what do I have to do to get my hands on one of your grinders? Ganjanana, I will literally... You've been here and around so long, and you've wanted a grinder for so many years that it would be my humble honor that once I get the grinders back, I currently don't possess any of our company's anything, for the most part, at all. It's still tied up in my old previous house. The second they come back, Anjanana, your mama, you've been such a great moderator. You've been such a supportive and loving, wonderful woman in my life and the Potsquatch community that I will be honored to just fucking send you one. And I will do that the second they come back into my possession. Eric Grant's Artistry, they've been under light for about 48 hours now. I mean, I guess technically it would be more like 52 or 53 hours now, because the lights have come on again today. They're exploding. I mean, the development of the bicuspids and the singular initial serratives is huge. It's blowing up. It's looking great. I'm loving it. It's gangster. It's a good time. Also, too, I'm just going to scroll back. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. Can one of my moderators write this down? Okay. It's Retarded Green Thumb. And Super Dank Seed Bank is Retarded Green Thumb. Hell yeah. Dude, so Super Dank Greenbank, aka Retarded Green Thumb, send me an email. You already got the info. We can talk, and you can definitely sponsor an episode. We'll do some giveaways. We'll do some wonderful things. Whatever you're thinking, we will stand with you. You've been around a long time, and you're one of us. All right. But yeah, so Eric Grant's artistry, the ladies is doing well. We'll show you them in a little bit. All right. Yo, what's up, Russell the Love Muscle? How you doing, my friend? First time here? Fuck yeah, buddy. So Russell, I don't know if you are aware of the channel, aware of the history. We've been around a little over 6 years on YouTube. We've had our ups and downs. We've done a lot of interesting things. We've been kind of the Robin Hood of the industry, and to be fair, the YouTube platform. In many senses, standing up against big corporate, standing up against bullies, standing up against this, and just, swinging it the way we see it. But at the end of the day, we are an all-inclusive community that's a safe place for all people to come, share, love cannabis, learn about cannabis. We've launched the most affordable CBD line in the world. We've launched the genetics almost, and then my life kind of fell apart, so we're waiting on doing that. We're a lighting brand, which we will either keep working partnership with Soulstrip, or we're going to basically dissolve that relationship, and we're going to start designing and building our own lights here in Canada for everybody, and it's going to be a good time. All right, here, 1 second here, I'm just reading, I'm catching up. But anyway, Russell the Love Muscle, one great name, two, welcome to the show. All right, good times. So Jeremiah Sanchez says, so I've been trimming some Purple Frost Giant by Welcome to the Grow tent. Really nice stuff. Hell yeah. What's it smelling like? Is it smelling good? What's the kind of smell you got there? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Russell Love Muscle. I mean, that's the original part of why we started this channel. Was to help people learn to grow, or to help them further their growing abilities, or to stimulate exciting new thoughts, and just to create a safe place where people can come and get true information, viable information, and help them be successful. I mean, people empowerment is the basic sentiment behind the channel. It's also now we've grown. Like when I started the channel, I didn't think any of you would show up. I didn't think anyone would give a shit. I thought like maybe aliens one day would discover my videos and learn to grow weed from my videos. Not that anyone would watch the videos. But then all of a sudden now we are over 25,000 strong around the world. We got Potsquatches on every major continent where there are human beings. It's pretty amazing. We've also become an international corporation now. We're still working hard to kind of get where we want to be with that. We've launched and done all these wonderful things, and it's all been inspired by all of you, and your willingness to be here, your willingness to participate, your willingness to be loyal and stand with us, and you deserve the best, and that's why I'm always going to spend every day now that I'm back for the rest of my life doing anything and everything I can for our industry to expand it, further it, and grow it. You know what I'm saying? So, hashtag boom. 1 second here, I'm just reading now. JP Page 2, I've been working like non-stop, so I've been playing with the thoughts of it. I haven't done any work on actually getting the video done other than sort of mental planning, but we will be working on that. My guess is JP Page 2 to get that video out. I'm hoping to have that video shot, designed, and finished within the next 2 to 4 weeks. Let's go with that. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Russell the Love Muscle, the funny thing is you're not the first person to say Uncle Potsquatch for president. During the last election between Biden and Trump, it was actually a very big move. There's actually pictures on Reddit. If you look up Potsquatch for president, there's a sign underneath the fuck Trump sign saying Potsquatch for president. It's hilarious. It was not me. It was just one of you at home randomly who showed up with the sign. But it is not a new concept in our community. It's been around for a number of years. But sadly, as a Canadian citizen, I think the most I could do under your current laws would be a governor of one of your states. Grape candy, hell yeah. Now that sounds sexy, Jeremiah Sanchez. Crazy Train, are you still using your SodaStream? I will be once I get it back. It's currently sitting in the house. Again, I came to the city with the shirt on my back. I didn't even have my glasses. So I've been slowly trying to rebuild and move forward again. And I apologize for that, Ganjanani, your mama. There's a weird screen lock that I've yet to figure out how to turn off on my phone. They keep updating the OS, and then things that I used to know how to do, I can no longer do. But I will hopefully figure that out by the next show, baby. I apologize. We alien love watching you. Alien? I love it. I love it, Miss Case Garden. I love it. All right. Oh, Billy Bonk Thornton, baby. What's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Miguel Rodriguez, laugh out loud. Billy Bonk Thornton, you're hairless now. Well, I'm not hairless. My body is still extremely hairy. But, you know, Uncle Potsquatch got to be pretty to make it in the big city there, you know. So anyway, yeah, they wouldn't have hired me with that fucking mop on my face to go serve at a ritzy, bougie beer place. But they did because I shaved and I'm pretty now. Plus, to be fair, I don't think I'd be getting the attention from the ladies, which has been very helpful for me slowly to come back for all of you that I would have if I had kept the beard. So you know what? I'm liking it. My agent's really happy too. Hopefully, I just did a big photo shoot for my new headshots a few days ago, so I'm hoping to get those done in the next couple of weeks. And then hopefully we'll be submitting to new television shows and movies again. One second here. Potsquatch for pretzel. I like it, Wise George. I do love pretzels. Sounds sexy, Jeremiah Sanchez. Marvin's Garden says, I've learned so much from you. Thank you. You're truly a legend, Potsquatch Army. Marvin, you know, we're all happy to help. We're all happy to stand there with you, buddy. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter whether you're new or old. It doesn't matter whether, you know, you've been growing for years or you're literally contemplating playing with your first plant. This is a safe place for all people. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Even if you're asking a question that over the last over 6 years I've answered 8 or 10 times, I don't care. Some of the questions have been asked over 100. Not a big deal. Well, you're welcome, Jason A., and I'm humbly honored that I could help you be successful, my friend. No, see, if I do this, Ganja, it doesn't work. See? Now I'm probably going to be like sideways on your TV because it says rotate device, there's a lock button, but it doesn't let me undo the lock. So it's in the settings of my phone. I got to find out how to do that. Charles Hankins. I mean, I've gone gold painting a couple of times. I'm into that. But I've never seen Pioneer Poly. But maybe I'll have to check that out. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Russell. Love muscle. You know what I'm saying? Takes one to know one, right? Hashtag boom, baby. All right. Bear with me. I'm just reading. Everything is very fruity now. I'll bring the gas back. I mean, I want to bring true cushiness back too. I mean, that's the thing that pisses me off about a lot of genetics now that, like there's so much shit out there that says such and such kush, and then you grow it out, don't smell like kush. Even if it's like 80% kush genetically in terms of origin story, unless you've stabilized it to smell like kush, it ain't fucking kush. The only thing that truly makes a kush is the smell and the taste. If it ain't there, it ain't kush. Oh, that's totally true, Miss Case Garden. I mean, when I shaved, it was funny. Thank you, Russell, the love muscle, my friend. But I will say here that it was really funny when I shaved, and people saw that I shaved. All of the male pot squatches were like, no, it was the beard that led us. Oh my God, it is gone. All the lady pot squatches were like, excuse me, is that what you've been hiding underneath? That? For all these years, we actually don't mind looking at you now. Never again. It's been really funny to watch sort of the response. There's maybe like one or two lady pot squatches that preferred me with the beard, but I would say they probably realistically make up like probably 0.05% of the female persuasion, it seems. But, it is what it is. But, yeah. All right. 1 second here. Turn on rotate should be on the slide down menu top of the phone. Beside Bluetooth. Can I do that during the show without screwing it up? Okay, I'm not seeing it right now. We'll have to play with this after the show. I tried. It won't work. All right, 1 second here, everybody. Yo, Texas Squatch. It's been a while since you've been in the show, and good to see you, buddy. Billy Bong Thornton, now you're all sophisticated and such. I mean, I don't necessarily know if I would make that statement, but I guess I could feign sophistication. Yes. Yeah. Like, yeah, but, you know. I do work at a place where I talk about, like, really pretentious beer all the time, like really bougie beers and stuff, and I can do that with the best of them. Let's be fair. What does Uncle Potsquatch drink when he gets off work? Well, the thing on tap that I like there, White Rock Pilsner. Standard, nondescript, boring. I love it. What's up, O'Shea? WB Growers. I put 120 grams of larf buds and 4 pounds of butter. How do I estimate the milligrams? So 120 grams of larf bud. I mean, realistically, even if it's larfy, I mean, it's still going to have fairly similar content. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to truly guesstimate, right? Like without actually doing a true test, as it were, of the pot content. But so let's say a gram of larfy bud, still a gram, just more plant material, still the same. So let's say it was 19%. Okay, so let's go. There's 19% active cannabinoids in there. We're going to go roughly on that gram. There's basically 1,000 milligrams potential hypothetical of activation. If it's 19%, 19% on 1,000 would be 19 times 10, which would be 190. So that'd be roughly 190 milligrams to the gram. And that's kind of a rough way to kind of go for it. Without actual exact testing, you're never going to be able to give yourself a true perspective on it. But you can make your best educated guess. And let's be fair. 5 or 10 milligram, 20 milligram even fluctuation when it comes to actually putting it to a pound of butter is going to be inconsequential really at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? One second here, everybody. I'm just trying to read here. Oh, hell yeah. Well, I hope you have a wonderful shift at work, O'Shea. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, good to see you too, Texas. Thanks for popping in and saying hi, baby. So Billy Bong Thornton, I don't work at the brewery anymore. I had to step down from that job because of the separation. My ex was my sous chef. She fucked me over horribly, and not with the job. They wanted to keep me, but I didn't have a place to stay in Hope after everything, the way it went down. Plus, it's better that I'm back in the city anyway. So I get a discount at beer. I work at Beercraft. It's not a brewery. It's a bougie beer place with 40 taps. But I get a discount on beer. Hell yeah, Russell the Love Muscle. Do it up, baby. I just picked up a 2.4 at the good old classic PBR there. I'll tell you. Good times. Hello to you too, Einstein. How have you been, my little Swedish buttercup? Byron Hazel, I mean, we've got 7 plants going. They're all regular beans, so we'll see how the genders go on those. We'll see what happens. I mean, I will make the decision when we know the genders of our plants. We could even just end up having 3. We'll see how the plants genders. We've got 4 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies, and that comes to us from Milo Grow Genetics on Vancouver Island. Big shout out to them. Check them out on Instagram. I don't think they're on YouTube. Those have all popped, so we'll see how those ones go. And then we've also got 3 Mendo cherries gifted to us by Milo Grow Genetics. I believe they came from Tino Genetics or Tito Genetics or something like that. And so we've got 3 of those going. So we'll see how all of those turn out. Jeremiah Sanchez, is that the old place? Yes. I never let go of this apartment, which was the Lab 1 where we started the channel, where we did the first closet grows here. Maybe I knew that she would fuck me and was actually not who I thought she was. Deep down, subconsciously. I don't know. But I never let the apartment go. I kept it. And so luckily I had a place to go when I came back to town. You know what I'm saying? So. Right, Jesse Berry? I would not disagree with you. So JS and Dennis, I mean, what's a good strain to grow out? I mean, that's kind of a loaded question. It depends on what are you into. Do you like sort of saps? Do you like indicas? Do you like fast runs? Do you like long runs? Do you like what flavors do you like? I mean, which terpene profiles? The bougie way of speaking about it, cultivars are. I hate the word cultivar. I think the word cultivar is an arrogant, egotistical, bougie way of speaking about it. Of course, it's a cultivar. It's all cultivated. Anything that's been taken in or to a field by men and women and theys and thems and grown is a cultivar. But when we go, this cultivar, yes, well, this cultivar, that cultivar. Oh, come on. Pretentious bullshit and arrogance is not needed. I think in terms of the language and the mindsets of how we associate our communication and speaking about cannabis is so important because it sets a precedent to what the eventual evolution of our industry and mindsets will become. So, like, let's avoid being pretentious douchebags. Just an idea. Might help us all get along in the end, and work together. Just saying. So Todd Johnston says, this is my first live. It's a lot of multitasking for a stoner. Todd Johnston, I mean, you should have seen it back in the day when we had these shows get huge. Like sometimes we had 141 to 161 people in this show back in the hood days. We're trying to get it back there. YouTube doesn't help because Susan hates our kind. But, I could do this, man. I could do this all day. I used to be able to do it like hell. In the early shows, I would like pound like 10 to 20 beers, smoking doobies doing this. And there'd be like 140 people talking at me and I'd still do it. Some shows were a little bit draining mentally. I'll admit that, but it is what it is. But anyway, Tom Johnston, welcome to the family. Welcome to the army. Welcome to Potsquatch Growers, my friend. One second here, I'm reading. Ganja Nani, your mama, valerian root and hops combined with a little melatonin will help as well. I don't know if you've tried either of those, but valerian roots and hops work very well in congruency with each other there. So, it's a good time, Jansen Dennis says, yep, breathing exercise, and I run with my dog every night. Yeah, well, I walk my dogs every night a few times. I don't really run with them so much. They're a little short there. They're actually, funnily enough, well, at least Betty is faster than I am, but, Okay, O'Shea, peace and love. Have it good, buddy. Have a good shift, and may the force be with you. Yeah, WB Growers, it happens. I mean, I've never consciously, secretly dosed any of my partners. I did inadvertently dose the ex-Mrs. Potsquatch once when I made her a fancy frittata, and I found this garlic butter in the fridge. I was like, oh, man. I mean, it's garlic butter, and it's obviously I made it. I do the cooking in this house. Don't remember when I made it, but fuck it, we'll use it. It'll be so nice in her frittata, right? She ate these 2 giant pieces of frittata, and she was going to go to town and do a bunch of errands, and then, she's feeling all high, and then she kind of comes into the lab. I was working on the plant. She's like, did you put weed in that? I was like, no. Oh, wait. And then I remembered that garlic butter that was in the fridge was left over from one of our Potsquatch's Cannabis Cooking Kitchen episodes. And I inadvertently dosed her on a lot of weed. So she basically slept for the rest of the day. Oops. I'm an indica guy too, Eric Grant's artistry. Sats have their place and their purpose, even in my life occasionally. But I mean, for me, I'm an indica man, especially cushions. I love the kush. Monty's 420 melatonin does help. Try valerian roots and hops. They sell them typically in a combined pill, and it's very helpful. What's up, Lock Jones, baby? It's good to see you, man. It's been a while. What's crack-a-lackin', son? Billy Bob Thornton, though, no, it's not, because TikTok doesn't allow cannabis. Any cannabis video I've attempted to make on TikTok has gone away. And the fact is, this channel it's meant to entertain, for sure. And what we do is the Potsquatch meant to entertain, but at the end of the day, the education is the most important part. That's where empowering you is. Me making you laugh, well, that's going to help your mental health. Maybe that'll empower you slightly. But giving you knowledge and examples and how-to videos, that's how I'm really going to help you. Yeah, that makes sense, WB Growers. You probably would have to come clean after that. Yeah, so Ganchanana, melanin is actually the thing in your skin that allows skin to tan. And, so for example, like someone who has darker color skin has a high melanin content. Melatonin is a completely different thing. Also, delta brainwaves typically seem to help a lot too. So put on, YouTube has a lot of them. Delta brainwave things, that'll help you sleep as well. Soul price, that is actually a common thing for a small subsect of people taking it. Everybody's biochemistry is different. Billy Bob Thornton, TikTok's owned by the Communist Party of China. You do know that, right? TikTok is a Chinese party, government, military owned app. It's owned by the Chinese government. Just saying. Yeah, of course. TikTok's had like even underage girls fucking like doing things they should not be allowed to do ever on the internet, and that's allowed. But I show a plant, and I'm the devil. So, all right. Hell, I'll admit we have a TikTok. We haven't released on it in many many months, but there's a few little ones on there that you might find amusing. Like the one where I dance in the snow and shit, or the fuck this, I'm going to California, California love one. That was kind of funny. I enjoyed it. Oh, and again, thank you so much, Jesse Berry. Uh, and technically, Jesse Berry, Ganchanana totally did do 20 pounds UK, which is like $1 billion. But Jesse, it's not a competition. Even the tiniest donation of your time, not money, just showing up, a like, a subscribe, being part of the community is just important. For those of you in a place to donate financially, it does go a long way, especially right now with the fact that I'm trying to rebuild everything after getting financially and having my whole life systematically attempted to be destroyed by my ex. But thank you to all of you, both the people who physically donate and the people who donate their time. For those of you who are new here, the likes, the subscribes, tell your friends, check out our older videos. All of that helps us so much. What's up, Wake Now? Yes, you did. It's been a while, Wake Now. It's good to see you, buddy. Rock and roll. How you been? Hell yeah, Wake Now. Well, if they ever need a backup fill-in narrator, I could help too. What's up, Happy Grower? How you doing, baby? Oh, Jesse Barry, don't even worry about it. My friend, your donation was a wonderfully huge donation as well, and I appreciate it ever so much humbly. And there's never been a pressure for anyone to have to pay for content. Like, for example, like when we did the memberships thing finally, like I mean, I didn't let people donate for years. Like people for years asked us to turn it on, and I refused because it felt like it went against the basic sentiment of what I was doing this for. And like I didn't want to create a class-based hierarchical system in the Potsquatches where like those who pay get more of me than others who don't, because I fully understand that we're all at different fiscal realities, especially like life changes all the time. My life is a testament to that. And I never wanted to do that, right? Like I didn't want to create a divide or like a class system, in the community. But in the end, everyone won out, and like they're like, look, who are you to say that we can't share a little bit of love with you, though, and just appreciate you for what you do? And that's, in the end, where we turned it on. And that's where we started it, because I was like, fuck, that's such a valid point. I don't have an argument back against that. Fuck. Oh, thank you so much, Eugene Dolan. I really appreciate it, brother. But, and at the end of the day, like, that's kind of how we started monetizing the channel. Like, I resisted it for so fucking long because I felt like I'd be selling out and going against the core values and foundations of what this channel means to me and what it's meant to be for all of you. You know what I'm saying? But I've always stood by the commitment of, like, there's never going to be, like, a special video you have to pay to see. Anything I create, anything I do, any of the how-tos, any of the lives, any of this or that, it is all available. Because of YouTube now and age restrictions and all that, we got to be an adult. And I mean, that's probably a good thing. Now, to be fair, I started smoking dope at 12. So, I mean, who am I to fucking really judge? I started growing dope back then, too. But at the same time, respect the children, right? Be 18 and come, and then we'll teach you the ways of the force. But yeah. Well, Jesse, I humbly thank you very much, my friend. Very, very much. And to be fair, like, I'd just like to take a moment just to thank all of you personally, just for being you. The last year, my content has been intermittent. The last year, maybe hell, the last 2 years, 2 and a bit years, my content hasn't been quite as good as it used to be. I have not been there quite as well as I used to be, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Um, and it's been a really hard, dark time for me to try to get back, to try to rediscover the origin story, which in a weird way, my life falling apart and coming back to Lab 1 is kind of poetic to it. Potsquatch 2.0. But if it weren't for all of you and the love over the last 6 years that has been shown by all of you, the support, one, the company wouldn't exist, the lighting brand wouldn't exist, CBD line wouldn't exist, my dreams and my visions of how to not only build my company but how to help the industry and to do all of these things that I'm now again back on track working on, wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for all of you and the love and the care and kindness that you've all shown me and shown each other. And I can't thank you enough, because if it wasn't for the Potsquatch Growers Army going through what I recently went through, who knows if I would have been able to survive the temptation to take my own life. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. I'll admit it. The first 5 or 6 weeks I was back in Vancouver, and it was a thought that danced prevalently on my mind. I was like, what's the point? Like, I should just end it all. But the Potsquatches, our mission, all of you, was a big linchpin in me finding the strength to pull my head out of my ass and to put myself back together. If not for me, for you. And I just want to say thank you for all of you, or for that, to all of you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. I'm just reading. Oh, shit. Remembrance Day in 15 minutes in Australia. Let me know when it happens so I can wish Australia, New Zealand, and shit happy Remembrance Day. Hell yeah, Jansen Dennis. Remembrance Day, whether you're pro-war, anyone who's pro-war is an idiot, but let's be fair, probably only rich capitalists are that way. But, pro-military or against military, regardless of how you feel on these topics, Remembrance Day is such an important thing, everybody. I mean, if it were not for the lives that chose to stand up for freedom, to stand up for us all to be here right now, standing and being and existing, okay? If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here potentially. And so it's an important day to totally acknowledge, to humbly thank in your mind at bare minimum, and just show respect to those who are lost. I humbly would agree with you, Eric Grant's artistry. A lot of other communities, I don't see the love. I see a lot of hate and infighting and people coming down on each other. And it's not to comment negatively on other communities either, because any community can change. Any community can become enlightened. Any community can learn respect, compassion, and empathy. But it has to be a conscious decision. Hey, peace and love, Miss Case Garden. We'll see you next time. Ganja, none of your mama. What day? What day are you talking about, Ganja? I'm confused now. Oh, Soul Price, you've done so much and been so supportive, dude. And your time, your love, your care, and your support is more valuable than any dollar amount, man. And I really appreciate you, bro. I mean, you could say that war is the devil's work, but I think almost I would say that's a negative way of putting it, Ganjanani or Mama, because war is a function of the fragility of the human condition, the shortcomings of the human condition, the fragility and negative parts of what we are. And we can only truly be the true miracle that we are as human beings if we own and accept both the light and dark parts of ourselves and let them stand together. So I would say war is a function of our own brokenness and our childishness, and a testament, a statement to the need for us to really have those critical conversations and be brave enough within ourselves as the human race to be brave enough to take the risk of having a future where we could actually not be ruled by such things. Yo, what's up, Catherine Jane? Hello back to Virginia. We've been rewatching your old videos too. Hey, thank you so much, Catherine Jane. Are you newer to the channel, like newer to the hood and the community? Thank you for checking out the old content. I mean, it's one of those wonderful things. Like when one of the videos I released 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and then people are still commenting on this content and appreciating it. I mean, there's nothing better to me than that sometimes. Like, I mean, it's just such a humbling, wonderful thing to see, like my old work when I was still figuring out what it even meant to be the Potsquatch. What was I doing? What was I wanting to do with any of this? What was important to me? I always kind of knew the basis of what was important, the basic foundational elements anyway, but so it means the world to me, and I fucking love it. Hashtag boom. Welcome, my friend Catherine. Todd Johnson, just because, it is something of our past doesn't mean it's something that has to be present in our future, though. We too, like a stabilizing cannabis strain, can evolve and become better. Oh, hell yeah, Catherine Jane. Well, one, sister, fucking A, welcome. And that was one of the things, especially like in the heyday when we were really growing really quickly. This would have been maybe like 2 or 3 years ago now. Like all these people are like, yeah, I've been watching a year, I watched 2 years, but I've never really commented, never really felt comfortable, and this or that. And it's just, I love every time someone speaks for the first time, Catherine. So Catherine Jane, fucking A, sister, welcome. Glad you participated. You are welcome any bloody time to speak. Sounds good, guys. Now to your mama, baby. Soul Price says, I'm a grade better than I was months back. Any real anxiety issues. Oh, that's awesome, though. And it's all Soul Price. Like, I mean, when it comes to our mental health and our ability just to function for our own health and our own self-care, sometimes just even accepting that at the moment we can't do much is self-care. And not beating ourselves over the head with it, right? Like it's a hard journey to find yourself back to being more stable and to being healthy and to feeling good about oneself and good about things. I mean, hell, if my life is anything, it's a testament to that too. Hey, that one stuff, I mean, that's the start of my career. I mean, I didn't go legal until I was 19, and it was just medically legal. But I started growing like 11 or 12, so I feel you. I feel you on that one, my friend. Oh crap, that one stuff. You got you could light your doobies off of your the burner on your stove though. All right, let me have another live stream during the live stream, and I can show you guys the babies that have had light for 48 hours. I don't know if any of you saw the short we released yesterday. So I released like a little short showing the little babies under 24 hours of light, and check it out. Hell, if you want to go check that out real quick now, go to the channel, go to the shorts, check that out, and then you'll be ready to see the plants now and see what they've done since then. So that one stuff, do you have any hemp twine or anything like that? You could probably get that to burn off your burner, and then you could use that as a light for your bath. I miss my bong, everybody. My bong's still back at the old house. I keep telling myself I should go buy a little bong because I love a good bong too. Hit that bong, you know what I'm saying? But we'll give everyone a minute for those who want to go check out the short from yesterday so they can see the plants now, to see the compare and contrast if they want to. Oh, dude, Todd Johnston. Weed questions used to be the majority of the show. Like, we used to get weed questions the whole show. It really happens now. So I love a good weed question. So, everyone, here's Todd Johnston's weed question. How about a weed question? My weed is approaching 10 weeks of age. All right. What will pre-flower look like? Well, if in terms of pre-flower you're making reference to is when you make your first flip to 12-12 in the traditional photo period, what you're going to begin to see is you're going to first see a swelling of the initial glands at your nodal segments, okay? Then you're going to have sometimes more than one pistil right away. But the first pre-flowering will be a number of pistils shooting out of the same site. Then you're going to see a swelling of that, then a compounding of those sites, stacking, more pistil development. So you're going to have like a little cluster of kind of faux seed sacs right at that nodal segment with more and more pistils coming out of it. Then it begins to stack further and further and further and swell out and build from the inside. And that's kind of what that's going to look like there. Steve Love, don't drink too much bong water. That's true, especially if it's old, man. You know, I watched a buddy drink like 6-month-old bong water once. He got fucked up. It was bad. But we were young and stupid back then, so it was interesting. All right. So, here, 1 second, everybody. I'm just going to unzip our little tent here. There we go. And so for those of you who saw the short yesterday, look at what they're doing now. Oh, switch, camera, switch. Look at how big they are in just 24 hours. Boom. Looking good. Look at the development for a 24-hour period since that short yesterday. Absolutely wonderful. So, these 4 here are the 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. Okay. Hey, what's up, Visible Farms? Good to see you, buddy. And then this one here, that one there, and this one there is the Mendo Cherries as well. They're all pretty much on point with each other. This little one here in the back, that's the one that took a little bit longer to come out, but that's okay. Like, she is catching up quick, and I have no issues with the way she's developing. I'm loving both on the 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. That initial singular serrated that comes out after the bicuspid is just so thick. But the Mendo Cherries, though, look at the thickness there as well on those. I love a good, thick, well-toned, singular serrated on that initial jump out there. And I mean, so they're doing great. I mean, I'm very happy. Like 24 hours, and they've more than tripled or quadrupled in size in terms of their foliation development. Einstein, no, I don't. Only if I'm out working or something like that. My own germs are safe. But yeah, no, I'm pretty stoked with how these little ladies are doing. You know, not bad for 48 hours of light. They are blowing up so far. Let's hope they continue on that. Also, I will point out, like, some of them, like, especially this one in the back. Look how purple the stem is on it. A super purple stem in the back. I'm loving that. You know, I like my purple stems. This Mendo Cherries here, she's got a nice purple stem. Some purpling on the other ones, and this one's got some decent purple to it too. Like, look at the purpling on the back one there. Oh, that makes me horny. I love a good purpling on the stem. Oh yeah. Coming together, my friends. Coming together. That one stuff. How much weed did I get at the last grow? In terms of top mains, like 6.5 pounds maybe or so. And then a bunch of smalls as well that I used to, like, I used a bunch of it to make hash. And some of it I pressed, and some of it I pressed into hash, and then, you know, I've still probably got at least between trims and smalls or at least I did. She's probably gotten rid of it and destroyed it. Stupid idiot. But 3 or 4 pounds of that still left that I was going to process, but then never got the chance to after my life was unceremoniously attempted to be destroyed by a childish... Sorry, everybody. I had an alarm going up. I apologize. 1 second here. I'm just trying to... There we go. Reset the tent up. And let the babies get back to doing what they do. All right. There we go. There we go. No. Victor, I am using a Pro Mix, all organic, vegetable and herb mix bag. I've got the bag over here. I can show it to you. It's in the closet here. So that's what we're using. So in my experience with this, I've used it in the past. This one typically has enough nutrition for 2 or 3 weeks. I do start to feed fairly early myself, so I'll probably give it another week or 2, and then I'll probably start to introduce a very, very mild fertilization from our quote-unquote bottle feeding. And, and then once we transplant, I'll probably give them maybe a week, and then I'll start to build them up. I'm not afraid to feed fairly heavily, but with green plant nutrients, which is what we typically use, which is what we'll be using again, that's conducive to being able to get away with that without hurting your plants too bad. How often do I water them? CSL, RC Lauren. Typically when the babies are small, I'll give them a smidgen of water every day. I have not given them any water today. I've still got a decent amount of moisture on the top. So realistically, I may give them a bit of a water, just a smidgen, and we're just talking like a little bit of a smidgen, just a little bit of a smidgen. When they're little babies, they don't need much, but having a little bit of constant hydration is not a bad thing. Maybe before I go to bed tonight. Typically, I've been running them right now. I'm running them 20 hours on, 4 hours off on the lighting. So simply put, the 20 hours on and 20 hours on, 4 hours off. So I've basically been turning them off kind of roughly 8 o'clock, because I don't have a time right now, so I'm just sort of doing it all manually. So I run it off roughly 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. I turn it off, and then I'll turn it back on around 12 or 12:30, and yeah. Hell yeah, Monty's 420. I also hope that answered your question, by the way, Victor. I wish someone was on who knew my dad, and I'd just tell them to call my dad and be like, yo, I'll call you. My dad just tried to call me, but I'll call him after the show. Catherine Jane, know of any ridiculously skunky strains? A true skunky funk is fairly rare. I mean, there's skunk mass. In my collection, I'm hoping I get it back. I've got the original skunk. I've got Vancouver Island sweet skunk. I've got ambrosia skunk. I've got apricot skunk. I've got pine skunk. I've got a bunch of different skunky things. So, so simply put, it'll probably take me a while to kind of get those beans back from my ex, as well as take me some time to kind of breed them out and work on them. But so, Catherine, I'll be releasing a whole line of skunky, funky, monkey things, if that's what you're into. That one stuff, you don't use timers? No, I do. It's just the 17 timers I own are all with all of my grow equipment. I have none of my grow equipment. The grow light in the tent I'm using was meant to be a museum piece, a memory of my origin story, but it's all I have left until I get my equipment back out for my ex there. So, Island Sweet Skunk is juicy. I agree, Van Island Beauty. Everybody, Island Sweet Skunk comes from Vancouver Island, where Vancouver Island Beauty comes from. So, Aussie Lone Wolf, do you have purple skunk? No, but I could create one though. I've got a few. If I were to make a purple skunk of sorts, I'd probably use. I've got a beautiful BC Purps in my collection. I'd probably cross that by. I'd probably take. Given it's a BC thing, I'd probably say I would work with 2 Vancouver Island creations, which would be the Vancouver Island Sweet Skunk and the Ambrosia Skunk or the Apricot Skunk. All of those kind of came from Vancouver Island there. I'd probably do a mix between two of those and then cross those into the BC Perps, and that's kind of would be my approach on that. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just reading. What are you saying, Monty's 420? I'm not following what you said. Well, one, there's a bunch of plants that have that smell, not just cannabis. There's literal skunk weed, which is not weed. It's an actual weed that's out in the forest here in Canada. Quite prevalent both in certain parts of BC and Ontario. I'm assuming it's in Alberta and other places as well. Couldn't tell you the origin of as to why. I mean, Mother Nature is a strange, beautiful mystery, place, right? So, oh shit, are you rocking Squatch lights, Catherine? What are you rocking right now, Catherine Jane? What's up, Jay Mike? What's crack-a-lacking, baby? Oh, someone's honking outside. Eric Grant's artistry. I mean, a lot of the genetics that I have, right? Like when I pop these older beans, not only will I be working with crosses with them, like I am going to be attempting to bring those beans in and of themselves back, just so everyone else also has building blocks to play with and get creative with too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I mean, most people, even Shanti Bubba himself, stores in the freezer. Freezer is a place where you can definitely maintain that temperature. I personally like to go low temperatures, 3 to 4 degrees Celsius. If I've got a place where I can store them where that temperature variation doesn't shift, that's actually the best way to do it without freezing them. Because freezing, even though it's a natural function of Mother Nature, does bring viability down. So if you've got a safe place where you can guarantee that you've got a 3 to 4 degrees Celsius and you're not going to fluctuate, that's actually going to be the safest place and way to store your seeds. I also store in glass. But at the end of the day, that's kind of my thoughts on it. But I mean, for simple storage, where you don't have to worry too hard, yeah, freezer for sure. Hell yeah. Now, Catherine Jane, which little Squatches did you get? Did you get ones with the X4 board? Did you get ones with the X2 strips, the X3 strips, the 3050Rs? And here's a question which will help me place when you would have ordered them. Are the Meanwell drivers, so the 150H, I believe is what we had on those, are they adjustable? How do you know if they're adjustable? Is there'll be two little black dots. Those are actually rubber covers where you can pull those off and actually adjust the driver. Be careful, though, with doing it. Those are built-in potentiometers dealing with that. This one that I have in there, the museum piece, is what I call the Mark 1 V2. So it wasn't the first build that we did. It was the first version of the V2 build we did, but we didn't have the adjustable drivers yet. Okay, sweet. So then, Catherine Jane, if you've got adjustables, my guess is you've got a slightly better updated version of the V2, which I've got in there. The V2 Mark 1, as I call it, in there is a non-adjustable 150H with the X4 3500 watt board. It was actually the first V2 little Squatch ever made. Fun, right? That's why it's a museum piece. But now I'm using it because it's the only grow light I have. Hey, Catherine, I bet you never thought you'd see the day where you've got more grow lights than me. Oh, good times. No, Eric Grant, I mean, you could totally do that. I mean, typically, breeder packs are one thing, but I don't personally do that. When I bring seeds in, if it comes in a breeder pack, typically, I'll switch it into glass. I keep them all together in the same place, and I switch into glass, and then I mark it, and then I put it into my log, and I label the lid as well as corresponding with my sort of records on what's in there and stuff. But that's kind of what I typically do. You don't have to do it that way. That's just my style. Hell yeah, Corsi's Farms. Fuck yeah. Okay. Now, if we're talking an original Big Squatch, that's probably going back to the strips that utilize the LM561C chip in there. I won't lie to you. Like, even though it was an older chip and we launched with that one, and everyone made fun of us for launching with that one because everyone's all like, "Oh, you're not using a 301B," and I'm like, "Well, no. The LM561C like goes toe to toe with the 301B fairly well, and at the same time, like, given that it's a slightly older chip, I mean, we can build a light, and it's vastly more affordable. That old school Big Squatch, that's the LM561C, I believe, on that one. And fuck, I won't lie to you, I fucking loved the LM561Cs. I thought they were a great chip, even though they were originally designed for lighting an office building. Hey, you have a wonderful day or night as well, Aussie Lone Wolf. I guess it would be probably early morning there, maybe. That one stuff, no, not necessarily. No, not necessarily, dude. I mean, I've got beans from like 50 years that sat in a plastic bag in a garage for 50 years, and I've still gotten them to pop. So it's definitely possible. Visible Farms, Electric Sky is going out of business. Good. Less competition. Yeah, no, I loved the LM561C chips. They were older. People gave us a hard time about it, but I was a fan of them. I enjoyed the way my plants responded to the LM561C. It was a great chip. To quote a great line that's been used in many different things, the one I'm actually thinking of is a reference from Star Trek Enterprise, actually. You know, and it was when the oh, come on, Brain, you can remember these things now. Oh, I was just watching this. Star Trek Enterprise, it was when Lieutenant Reed is talking to the tactical officer from the Andorian vessel, and I can't remember her name, and so she's talking about how their weapons are archaic, and he's feeling all like personal about it. But then she gives him a call, and she goes, "It's not the power of the weapon; it's the soldier that wields it." And so, even though the LM561C is an older chip, I mean, it does a great job. And if you know what you're doing and know how to use it, it's great. No, Casey Denton, I'm keeping it this way. This is my new look for the act. I just dropped $600 on new headshots, and plus the ladies are loving this new look, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting lots of attention now. So, no, this is how I'm gonna look now. Visible Farms, it's what was expected though, because there was sort of the initial explosion, and so any company that's going to be successful that's a lighting brand is a diversified brand. You don't just depend on lights. Diversification. You can't depend on one product to be successful and let them die, because it's going to be good. Because I'm either going to keep working with Brett, absorb Soul Strip into my company, or just start our own thing. So that'll be good. I'm excited about that. Sorry, Catherine, the giant beard is not going to be coming back. This is my new look now. Got to be pretty to make it in the big city. A lot more than just what? Sorry. What are you referencing in general? Success in terms of diversification? Well, yeah, but trust me, I'm not worried. I'm actually getting quite excited watching the way the industry is developing. Initially I thought we were going to hit the ground running in a lot of fronts that we did, and we didn't in the same way that we thought we would. It's actually working to our advantage, and we're going to come out on top. Lights crashing. I mean, do you mean the light market, or do you mean like lights in general are breaking? I'm sorry. Give me a few more words, Visible. And sold price like, geez, 600, that's my rent near damn. Oh, dude, you don't want to know what rent is in Vancouver. I'll put it to you this way, Soul Price. My rent in the apartment I'm in now is under market by anywhere from $800 to $1,500. Yep. And my rent for this apartment is $1,237.50. Vancouver's very expensive. Yeah, when people find out how cheap my apartment is here, they just look at me like they just saw a ghost. That one stuff. I mean, there's French Canadians here in Vancouver, and you'll hear them speaking French to each other. There's people from France here. You'll hear them speaking French to each other. The head chef at Beercraft, her first language was French. She's from the East Coast. But you don't necessarily hear it much on the West Coast, except with people who are French. Where you're going to be hearing French more prevalent in Canada, a bit in Ontario, but I mean, I wouldn't say so. Basically, you go to Quebec, go to Ottawa, certain parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. There's French, Canadian prevalent there. There's also the Francophones, which are kind of their own weird subsect. We won't even go into that, but not often unless you go to one of the French parts of Canada. English is the dominant language of Canada. Something that the French Canadians will never admit or will hate to admit and begrudgingly admit. But French is listed on everything, like signs here, labels on everything are written in English and French. So, for example, there's English first on the top of the back label of this, and then there is French. Nous croyons que les nutriments dérivés des sources naturelles des rayons glace. They're small. Low light in my apartment right now, so I'm trying to read here. Glace aux nutriments tout usage clean works dérivés des sources naturelles rousse et bâtonnets pour prévoir nutriments extraordinaires sans émanation ni résidus chimiques forts. Notre produit est fait d'ingrédients. Anyway, I don't need to keep reading French to you, but yeah, I mean, we all learned French growing up in school. I have not retained much of it. I have retained an ability to read it. I don't know what the hell I'm saying half the time, but I can pronounce it somewhat properly. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of like how it is here, that one stuff, except it's French, not Spanish. That's true, and I always forget to tell people about that. Liking and subscribing if you're new here is a big deal. Tell your friends. We're trying really hard to fight the YouTube algorithm and to come back and get our numbers back up to keep doing what we need to do. So it is very much appreciated. Eric Grant's artistry says, "Damn, I'm lucky. My mortgage is only $610, but $100 or so bucks less than rentals around my area." Yeah, my life right now is hard. So I'm paying half the mortgage back at the house, which is technically like just over $800, but I put in $850 just to keep it copacetic, and then my rent is $1,237.50. So like my monthly expenses right now are like just for the apartment and the mortgage at the house, which is my half, is about $2,300 or $2,400, and then that doesn't include any of my power bills, my cell phone bills, my internet bills, any of my bills, or living or eating or any of that. There's the reason why I'm working at the Thurfer. It's the only job I have a hope in hell making enough money to try to survive and get the company going again. BC's, where I live, stands for Bring Cash. Have you heard of that cannabinoid or cannabis syndrome? I mean, do you mean? Oh bloody hell! I know. I think I know exactly. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Basically, if what you're talking about, I can't remember the name of it at the moment because my brain's blanking. But if you're talking about the fact that there is a small sect of the human population that is essentially just extremely allergic to cannabis and has a very negative reaction to it, there is no real way around it once it sets in. The only thing that I've heard of where it can help is that, simply put, you have to stop cannabis for an extended period of time. And then eventually you may luck out and have your system reset, or it may never happen, though, too. It can go both ways. Yeah, so Ton Johnston, 99% of our content is unmonetized or limited monetization. We get barred and blocked for monetization on most of our content. Our content is no longer featured, it's no longer brought up. It is very hard to find any of our videos unless you specifically search for them. YouTube has basically tried to fuck us to death for 3 years now, and we're holding on. We recently got a strike on a video from 4 years ago, which is a perfectly normal video. Uh, a perfectly normal video about harvest. And yeah, so simply put, it sucks. We've got to wait 90 days until that strike goes away, and hopefully we don't get hit with another one, but it sucks. YouTube is being very harsh on our shit. When I was at 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 subs, I was getting 161 people in my shows. 161 people in my shows. We're at 36 right now. A lot of people are like, yo, I turned on the bell, I don't get notifications, or I get notifications of your live stream 3, 4, 5, 6 days after. It's very normal. What's up, Grown Up Grows? Good to see you. And Aussie Grow Show, I mean, it's just the way she is. I mean, it is what it is. That's where, like, I'm going to start doing shorts. I'm going to start, like, generating more revenues. When people make donations, it helps my channel. Like, YouTube's like, oh, wait, we're making money off this guy. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, making other videos that aren't going to get barred from that. Like, so videos where I don't show cannabis and I'm building other pieces of tech, maybe. I'm trying to get more creative, right? To make my channel more viable, attractive thing, so maybe they'll stop penalizing me as much. I hope at least there'll come a day where Susan stops being a cunt, but we will see. Wicked Wonka 999. If Susan deletes my channel, I will make another channel. It will be either called Potsquatch Growers, Potsquatch Growers 1 or 2, or like, remember Potsquatch. It'll always be me. Okay? Remember the voice. Remember this sexy. Okay? And you'll be fine. I'll always remake it. I mean, I found out in the last live we did that the Dude Grows got taken out. That one stuff, I mean, I've often thought about doing a sketch comedy show. I almost started one. There's actually a channel called Little Canada that we never did anything with. Me and Mrs. Potsquatch were going to do. To be fair, like, that one stuff, I'm a busy guy. Like, I got so many things going on. So sketch comedy and doing some sketch stuff is something I want to do. I'm actually going to be starting a new channel that Caden Crooks with District Records wants to do with me. He wants to do... My dad's like, sorry, I forgot you're doing a show. I'm like, yeah, dipshit. It's okay, Dad. And if you're watching, Dad, you're not a dipshit. It's just part of the character for the show. But, he wants to, film videos of me doing reaction videos. So we're actually going to launch another channel called either Podsquatch Reacts or Squatch Reacts or something like that. And it's just going to be basically me reacting to stupid shit to try to create a secondary revenue stream that will actually be able to be fully monetized and generating revenue to then help actually offset the cost of trying to do what we really want to do, which is this channel and the company and all of that, right? So... yeah, dude, and I'd love to go on some of these new channels that they're doing, help them rebuild. We haven't been taken out yet, and we're just kind of quietly trying to survive. And if we get taken out too, then we'll make another one. Like, I mean, I have had far too many people, including the love of my life, so far anyway, try to take me out and destroy my life. You think I'm going to let Susan win? Susan, my ex-wife, my ex-fiance as well, both vastly scarier bitches than you, and those bitches couldn't keep me down. So, do you think you're going to be able to, Susan? Go fuck yourself. Suck on my big hairy Potsquatch penis. There's going to be a new channel coming out. It's not going to be cannabis related. It's going to be more of a reaction channel. And this is all Caden's idea. because Caden's known me for years. He's like, bro, your opinions on things, the way you think, the way you talk, it's just gold. He's like, dude, I want to bring some cameras by your crib. He's like, I'll set it up and I'll film you and I'll help you do it and edit it. And he's like, because he owns and runs a production music label, and he's very brilliant at all these types of things. And he's like, dude, like I really just genuinely want to do it. I think it'd be so popular. Like, you're so much more entertaining than anyone else on YouTube. And I was like, I don't know, fine. Fuck, man. I'll grab a case of beer. I'll smoke some doobies and sit there and just share my opinions on stupid crap or funny crap or stupid crap or funny crap, How does Potsquatch view reality? Well, there's stupid crap, there's funny crap, and there's touching crap. So, I mean, that's kind of one of the things that we're working on there, and it'll be a good type of thing, I guess, there. And again, like I've got a lot of sketches and skits that I write in my head all the time. I spend most of my day kind of musing to myself about funny things that I find amusing, or little sketches or skits. I mean, I'm a writer and a filmmaker, and so maybe we'll eventually do that too. But that involves a hell of a lot more work. It's pretty easy just to park me in front of a camera with a beer and have me run my mouth at shit. So that might be the easiest way to kind of get something else going to generate revenue and stuff. But see, that to me, though, that one stuff. Hey, what's up, Johnny Summertime? I've been checking the mail. It hasn't shown up yet there, buddy. But thank you again very much for sending those beans out. We'll do a shout-out video to Johnny Summertime when it comes in, buddy. I hope you're well. Much love to you. And also, to that one stuff, in response to your gabapentin use, it sounds like you're using it as like a mood, not a mood stabilizer, but more of a mood neutralizer. And I'm going to strongly encourage anyone to not do that. Our emotions may be hard to deal with, but health comes from us learning to deal with them of our own accord. If we have a very strong mental health issue where we do need medication, I'm in full support of that, okay? But as someone who struggles with depression, anxiety, quite severely at times, I have been med-free now for 15 years. I was misdiagnosed as bipolar. Turns out not. And I have worked very hard to begin to learn mental approaches and building up my inner core and my mind to deal with these things. And that is the way to go. Because again, a lot of medications out there aren't actually treating an issue. They're not actually fixing an issue. They're not actually helping the issue. They're numbing you or cutting you off to the issue, which in a weird way, it's almost like if you think about, like, you tuck something deep down inside that's hard for you, and rather than dealing with it up here, you tuck it down, then it festers and it gets worse in the long time. And that's kind of my humble 2 cents on that one. Hey, hell yeah, Catherine Jane. Marijuana is a wonderful, amazing medicine. And you got to grow your own, baby. Or get it from someone who does grow their own. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Hey, that one stuff, you're an adult. I'm never going to tell you what to do. But I will strongly encourage you as Uncle Potsquatch, and I care about you, be very, very, very careful. I am concerned about the way you're describing your use and your dedication to it. I find that concerning. And my concern doesn't come out of a place of trying to tell you what to do. It comes out of a place of, I give a shit and I love you. Einstein, have I been eating today? I don't know. That's a you question. Have you eaten today? I had a large Caesar salad with blackened chicken. Yeah, I'm not going to call it an addiction, one stuff, but your use, though, okay, your use of the substance does concern me, though, and the way you describe it. That concerns me. Yeah, be very careful with that word addiction, Ganjana, your mama. A lot of people will look at the way I drink or do a lot of things. They'll be like, oh, you're an addict. I'm like, actually, I'm not. I can stop drinking tomorrow. I just like drinking. But at the same time, I'm just, I'm very cognizant to my drinking, especially as of late. I've been working really hard to be the healthiest me and to keep everything in check and to be strong enough and aware enough to talk to myself honestly about certain things. So I'm just saying that one stuff. I will say that certain wordings or phrases or descriptions in terms of it that you've given, no, it's okay. You didn't offend. You're just caring in your own way. That one stuff, I'm a bit crazy too. I've never had a lot of problems with certain things either, but it doesn't mean we should be mindful, So all I'm encouraging you, that one stuff, if there's one thing you take away from what I'm saying, just think about what I'm saying. Just think about it. That's all. But anyway, everybody, we've hit the hour and a half mark, which means we've done the show. Long story short, we're going to be live again on Sunday, everybody. We're going to be live at the same time on Sunday. I'll get the show booked in nice and early. Maybe some of you will get the notification. Dear Susan, please don't be a cunt. All right. But so we're going to be live again on Sunday at 3 p.m., everybody. So tune in for that one. We will be there. It's going to be a Sunday fun day live stream show. I've got Sunday off this week, so I will be live at 3. Hey, YouTube Visible Farms, and you and I got to have a chat sometime soon and catch up, brother. So we'll see everyone on Sunday. I think it was Tuesday. I think it was a Tuesday that we did that first little video. So I think next Tuesday you'll get a 1 week since sprouting or planting, blah, 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 call it what you will, update on the veg and cannabis. And keep your eyes open for shorts and how-to videos because we're going to be working on that and having all that once going out. Hey, no worries. And we are just finishing the show, Reverend Veritas. I do apologize, but you can go back and watch the show. It's been a good show, a wonderful show. Thank you to new and old, all of you who have tuned in. And much love. Keep it real. Keep it sexy. And remember, the true grower is the forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Keep an open mind. Keep your heart empathetic and compassionate. Keep your mind aware, but not controlling. It'll be a happy balance between heart and mind that leads a human to a perfect life. Perfect doesn't mean all good. It means fulfillment. It means a smile. It means happiness and sadness coexisting in a dance of balance. Keep it real, you sexy motherfuckers. I'll see you on Sunday. Peace the fuck out.